Hey, this is Dr. Green. I'm going to show you how to complete the first part of the project. We're going to be using a statistical software open source called Jamovi. You'll download and install that software using the link in the course. And then when you open it up, you should get a window like this, except your data will not already be set for you. You'll need to enter that data in. So here I've got a practice data set that we're looking at. If I wanted to create a new variable here, I can just double click on the header there and I can click, new data variable. So I can name my variable if I want. Here I'm just going to name it var. Then I can select the data type here. So I'm going to select a continuous variable, and then if it's continuous, you can do integer, decimal. You can do text if it's if you want a text variable. So let's just go ahead and do integer, and then you press your up arrow, come back to your data here, and you just start typing. So 25, 87, 72, etc. So that's how you create a variable. So the first thing that you are going to do in the project here is you're going to create this data set on real estate, local real estate. City is going to be a nominal variable. Cost will be continuous. Square footage continuous. Bedroom continuous. Those all integer. And then bathroom, you'll probably want continuous decimal. And then after you have created this data file, then you'll save that as a Jamovi file, and you're going to be uploading that along with your output. So once you have your variable set, you're going to find some summary statistics, and you'll do that by clicking on the analysis tab. So you'll start in the data tab, entering data in. You'll click on the analysis tab, exploration, and then descriptives. So a results window will appear. And then let's say we want to analyze age here. So I'll just click on age and click the right arrow over to move that to the variables box. And notice that my default values appear here for age. Sample size, values missing, mean, median, standard deviation, min, max. If you want to change these measures, click on the statistics dropdown, and then you can click the different checkboxes. If you need quartiles, you can click on percentiles here. And right now it's doing first, second, and third quartiles. If you just want the first and the third here, then you can just delete that 50, 25, 75. So that's Q1 and Q3. And then to do plots, if you're doing some plots, you are going to, let me make my window a little bit smaller here. You're going to click on the plots menu here. I'll scroll down, and then I'll have you doing a histogram and then also a box plot. So notice as you click those, your graphs appear in the results window. So there is a histogram for age. So you see lots of ages in the 20s and a few up at 24. And then here's the box plot for age. No whiskers on there. And then this has an age of 7 up there. Did we have an age of 7? That doesn't sound right. No, we didn't have any ages of 7, so I'm not sure why it's displaying that value. If we added a 7 there, then it redrew. Yeah, 13, 7. Yeah, so that's interesting. It's got that 13 by there because that is the value 7. So this is actually the value 25. I wonder, I'm not sure what the 7 is and the 13 is. It's just a label for the data point. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that 7 out of there. So there's our box plot. And then let's see that we want to segregate our box plot by gender. So we want to look at male age and female age. So if I just start clicking in analysis, exploration, descriptives again, then so I went to the data and then went back to analysis, then it'll start a new descriptives group in the result window. So if you don't do that, then it's going to modify what you've already done. And I want the split and the unsplit data. So just click to data, go back to analysis, and then exploration descriptives. And then let's see here, we want to go back up here to our variables, and we're going to look at age, but then we're going to split it by gender. So we move gender over to the split by box. So now we've got sample size for male and female, mean for male, female, median, etc. for all the measures. And then if we want to do plots that are split, click on our histogram and our box plot, scroll down. So now we've got a plot for age that's split, so age on the horizontal, and then frequency on the vertical, male versus female. So it's broken it down a little bit more. And then here are the two box plots for male versus female. And then in the project, you'll be asked to interpret some of your output here. So for example, we can see the middle 50% for female is greater than the middle 50% for male. The median female is higher than the median male. We can also see that the female values are more spread out because we've got whiskers on here. We don't have whiskers on the male plot. So you'll be doing some interpretation as well as creating. So let's take a look at the project here. So you'll first create that data set for real estate. And then you're going to run an analysis finding for cost, square foot, bedroom, and bath. You're going to find sample size, mean, median, mode, and range. And then for cost, square foot, bedroom, and bath, you're going to find standard deviation, variance, min, max, first quartile, third quartile. So you can do multiple variables at the same time. If we go back here, just by bringing those variables over. So if I take my split by gender and I bring that back over, then it won't split by gender anymore. There we go. And if I wanted another variable, say weight, I can bring that over to the variables. And now I added a new analysis here. We got a histogram for weight and a box plot for weight. And then if you go up to the descriptives, now it's got your descriptive statistics for age and then for weight here. And if I add another variable like GPA, then it adds another column. And it added more plots. So then you will fill in this data in these tables, and you just do that by hand if you want. You'll take a picture and upload the file when you're done. And then they want you to look at, what do you notice about the mode for the variable square footage? So you're going to look at your output and try and determine what are we looking for there? What's crazy that's going on with mode? Remember that there can be no mode or there can be multiple modes. And then we're going to do an analysis for each city, Bourbonnais, Bradley, Kankakee, Manteno, do sample size, mean, median, standard deviation, variance. So what you're going to do is split by city. So you'll look at cost, one variable, but then you're going to split by city. And then you've got some interpretation to do there. And then we're going to do a box plot and a histogram for square footage and cost. That's not split. And they're going to ask, do any of the variables appear to be skewed based on the plots? So like if we look back at our gender plots here. So, well, this variable overall looks a little bit skewed. Let's go ahead and split these by gender. So let's see. So we're seeing here for male weight, it's just very slightly skewed. The whiskers are the same, but the median's not in the middle. So very slightly skewed. A little bit of skew here too, skewed negative towards the negative side. And then here we're seeing skewed female data, skewed positive, and then the male data is actually fairly symmetric, just slightly skewed negative because of that longer whisker on the bottom. So you're just doing interpretation there. And then you're going to run the analysis for a box plot for cost for each of the 4 cities on the same graph. So this is going to be split data. So up here, in question 4, we are not splitting. So we're just doing square foot and cost raw data. And then down here, we're splitting. And then you're going to do a bar graph for cost by city. So you're just going to add the plot for bar graph. And then I got some interpretation in question number 7. Then you will upload your Jamovi file and you will upload your worksheet here with all the information filled in, and you're done.